Hello, everyone, it's me, Andrea. This page is for my art journal, My Life is a True Story, and that's the fourth page. I only showed two so far. That will be the third you will see. And this is a watercolor page, light watercolor, and I use this stencil I made by cutting with this die cut, and I use heavy gesso. And because I wanted to have a bit of texture, but I wanted to have it smooth, and the gesso is really, really smooth. So I let that dry, and then I work with paint that is golden fluid acrylic Indian yellow hue, and I basically put the paint on this pattern, harlequin pattern, and drag the paint over the page. Think about that's an ungessoed page, so it it will soak into the paper, of course. So I used several layers and dab it here, dry a bit, and then go over again with a baby wipe. And the last layer, I think you will see the last layer now, I put it on very thickly and I dried it a tiny moment with the heat gun. Not too much, because the golden fluid acrylics, they dry really, really quick, and when they are too dry you won't be able to wash it off again with a baby wipe. So here the last layer I wipe or drag it over the page completely, or not completely, but finish it off most of the parts, and that's the finished background. And I will definitely, I dried it before I went on, but I will stick to that pattern, and I use this, call it diamond, or we call it rhombus. Do you call it the same? So I use this, it's a funny ruler, isn't it? That's from my hubby. He was a seafarer, and that's used in for sea car maps here to measure stuff. So I used it there. And I cut it out and used this polyfiller quick drying to get some texture on top. With my spatula I walk on top and dab up and down, so make a bit of texture randomly. So and that I set that aside to dry. When after that dried, I put some, if you use gesso or whatever, I had some Titan Buff left over, so I put that on top to have it smooth. And yeah, so then I cut out this stencil. I don't know why. I could have easily done that by hand, but yeah, okay, I've did that. And I had an idea. I wanted to have this rhombus in 3 different sizes, and I will work on them in from light to dark to have a bit of the illusion of depth. Yeah, you will see that. So I used this painter's type to secure that I could work on it without a lot of care. And I used mainly grey, white and black I tried to get a bit of a transition. It was difficult because I should have started completely different, but that's what I did. And at the end, I'm quite pleased with it. When I moved everything, I went in with a brush anyway, with a very dry brush, and tried to blend a bit more. And of course, when you have this, when you use something with a stencil, there's often a tiny bit of a white edge left. So that's why I used my uni ball here to define that edge and get rid of the white. So with a small one, I didn't bother with sticking tape on it, and I've done all that with the brush, and that was okay. So sometimes I fuss a bit too much. So, and what I use here is my rub-ons. I have that many rub-ons, I always buy them when I see them, and it's hoarding, nothing more. How often do I use rub-ons? Very rarely. So I really try to use them up a lot. So okay, because when they're getting older, it's difficult to rub them because they lose their stickiness. I don't know why, but it happens. So I put them down randomly, no particular order, no, not that I want to build a sentence or something like that. Just what caught my eye, I used it. So, and on that one, I wanted to have a bit of a contrast. And I used my, so much love, greenish blue from Amsterdam. It's since month, it's my absolute favorite color. And I put it down in 2 layers to get a bit more depth. And then I let that to dry and start with shading all my shapes here, the Harlequin shapes and the big ones as well. And then I think I will put down my focal point. Bit of shading here. I used the intense pencil and took it directly with my water tank brush from the pen. So I needed a bit of sparkle, something shiny, and I used the Maya Gold in petrol, and that matched quite nice with this greenish blue. It looks really nice. Only a tiny bit here and there on top of the texture. That was the right amount. Then I wanted to have it dimensional. So that's why I used this tape and fuzz around a bit. I thought I cut it in the right way, but I didn't. So, doesn't matter. I always glue my stuff a bit. I put a tiny bit of glue down to make sure that it sticks. I don't trust that. So, and a bit of shading around that. And at the very end, I use my white Pit pen to put a bit of, lighter areas in there. I think it's okay. So that's the finished page. That's the close-up. I thank you a lot for watching, guys. Hope you like it a bit, and I will see you with my next project. So have a lot of fun, guys. Have a great time, and at the end you will see some pictures. So bye-bye.